So, there's a great story in the Old Testament. It is a sad story in some ways and a beautiful story in some ways. Anyway, it's the story of the death of Moses and the transfer of power to Joshua. So, God, whether you believe in God or not, I don't even know myself, I don't care. Anyway, God ushers Moses to the edge of a cliff and says, you see that land all in front of you? That's the promised land that I promised your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That beautiful, vast, expansive land, that will go to your offspring. But guess what? You don't get to go there. And then Moses dies. It says in the Torah in the Old Testament that when he died, his eyesight had not dimmed, his power hadn't diminished, but he died. Okay? It also says a really interesting thing, that to this day, no one knows the precise location of his grave. Wow. I mean, come on. This guy was the liberator. He ushered his people out of bondage in Egypt. He was the lawgiver, which is another kind of liberation. And what does he get? He doesn't get to go to the promised land, and he gets some sandy, windy, anonymous grave in the middle of a desert. That kind of sucks. Double sucks. Why? Well, presumably in terms of being compensated for his great role, if there is another dimension, that will take place there. But a really, really interesting thing is, why doesn't God mark the grave? Why is there no tomb? Why is there no gravestone? Why is there no monument? Why is there no mausoleum? Why is there no place of pilgrimage for posterity? Why not? He deserved it. Tell you why. The Israelites were still in trouble, and they were confronting something really terrifying. You want to know what's terrifying? Freedom. Our work is about freedom. Our work is about the power to be free and the freedom to be powerful. That's terrifying. Those Israelites, after 40 years in the desert, were terrified. Why didn't God mark Moses' grave? Because he knew that if he created a place of pilgrimage out of it, they'd focus on that. They'd fixate on that. They'd stay in the past. They needed to move forward. And in effect, God was saying to Joshua, hey, Moses was great. Moses is gone. It's your turn now. And this is the question that we invite our clients to step into. We think it is the classic existential question, the most essential question you can ask yourself. For what is it your turn now? For what is it your turn now? For what are you called? For what are you summoned? For what may you have been tapped on the shoulder? If we can anchor you in that, and we can, it'll be a power and a freedom the likes of which you've never known. So, if the idea of being called calls to you, if the idea of being summoned summons you, please call us. Reach out to us. If this is reaching someplace in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your being, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.